Alright, what we're going over today is a fix for one of the most common problems that runners have, and it's IT band syndrome. Now, the reason this happens is because there's repetitive movement patterns. Everyone knows this. 1-1000, 1-1000. Every time they take a step, everything collapses into pronation distortion, IT band gets tight, and the whole structure falls apart. So, what we're going to do is counteract that with real simple, from simple to complex, movement patterns that you can do outside of running to fix IT band syndrome, okay? So Zane, why don't you hop down on the ground? Put your elbow on the ground. Yep, just like that. So the elbow is going to be bent at 90 degrees, and he's going to have his elbow right underneath his shoulder. Very important that that happens. Now, I'm going to want him to stay in a line straight through his body, and I'm going to have him lift his hips off the ground and keep the feet stacked. This is how you first do it. Let the feet touch each other and raise the hips straight up in a line. This is the beginning pose of superstar. This is what we call it. Okay? He's going to put his hand up like this, straight up into the air, and then raise his hips off the ground so he's straight as a board. Go ahead and try that. Good. So now Zane's showing the first pose. This is going to start working on the hip. This is what releases the IT band, but it's only the beginning. If we take it one step more into the complexity, we're going to have Zane raise his foot, keep it right there. And you don't have to go too high. It's not Jean-Claude Van Damme. We're just looking for a nice raise where now we're using this side of the hip and this side of the hip. Okay? And once he holds that for approximately 30 seconds, he then can move on to the next level of complexity. Go ahead and take a break. Okay? Now, the next level of complexity is he has to have his hand on the ground instead of his elbow. Okay? So go ahead and, yep, perfect. And this is one of the best fixes for IT band syndrome right here, the superstar. So, as you go up, make sure that goes straight in the air and hold it. Okay? Nice and straight. And then, if you want to bump it up one more level, you try to go up as high as you can. Now you're fighting the adductors, and you can see all the proprioception he has. Okay, take a seat, take a break. Now if you notice, Zane started slipping out like this. If that hand gets out in front of the shoulder, he needs to bring it back. This is where it needs to be, right underneath the shoulder in that line. So go ahead and try again. Make sure your shoulder stays right above your hand. Right? And now raise up. Keep the legs locked out straight. Stay in this plane and balance. Hands straight in the air. Good. Try it one more time. Raise up and hold. And down. Good job. Okay, take a break. Bernie, and we're going to go quickly to the next level of complexity, which is pop up on the hand. And now you'll see he's straight. You see how his hand is right below his shoulder, the other hand and arm is directly above. Now he lifts the stack, and he lifts it as high as he can and holds it. Okay, take a break, Bernie. Now, we're going to go to the next level of complexity, and if you notice, Bernie has turned around. This is how you do it. You do it both ways. Left leg on the bottom or right leg on the bottom. Either way is just as equal. You just have to pick one first and go to the next one. So now, go ahead, Bernie, and get into your position. We're going to go to the extremely difficult superstar, which is bringing this leg forward slowly, keeping balance, keeping it locked at 90, and he gets as far as he can, then he comes back. Holds that, shows control. Now he activates the glute system and hold, and then come back. Show control, get into line, hold, show control, and rest. Alright, now we're going to show from a different angle so you can see what this movement pattern looks like in the extremely complex superstar. Once you get into position, I'm going to move the top leg to 90 degrees. Balance, very difficult there. Come back, show control. Then I'm going to extend. This is where you get the glute activation. And if you have any dissymmetries up in that complex, you'll notice it. You'll fall over. Okay.